Jamaica's newly minted under 20 100-meter sprint champion, the remarkable Theianna-Lee Terrelonge of Edwin Allen, finally gets her revenge on her friend Sabrina Dockery, as well as the rise of the super talent Shanoya Douglas. Let's discuss. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop videos once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. Are you ready? Yep. Good to go. Well, if there's one thing Jamaica does not have to worry about, our upcoming sprint queens, the remarkable Theianna-Lee Terrelonge of Edwin Allen, Shanoya Douglas, as well as Sabrina Dockery of Lacovia, have been dominating the sprint scene for the last year to a year and a half. However, the rivalry between Sabrina Dockery and Theianna-Lee Terrelonge was flipped on its head at the 2024 Carifta Games in the finals in 100 meters, when the 200 meter specialist Sabrina Dockery upset the apple cart and beat her friend and compatriot, the remarkable Theianna-Lee Terrelonge, in the women's 100 meter finals.
Off they go. Dockery got a brilliant start for Jamaica. Terrelonge is up well too. Tony is running well. Niles tries to come forward. Terrelonge and Dockery. Terrelonge and Dockery. Dockery creates the upset. 11.22. That is a sensational performance from Sabrina Dockery. So off on the bridesmaid. Now she is the champion. That came out of nowhere.
Sabrina Dockery truly surprised everyone with that very impressive win at the Carifta Games 2024. Now, both ladies met again in the women's 100 meters at the Jamaican National Championships 2024. The Class 2 runners who competed in the under 20 category. Well, this was a 100 meter race we were all anticipating, and it delivered. In the heats, it was Sabrina Dockery running in heat number 2 who delivered a very impressive time of 11.21, entering the semi-finals with the fastest qualifying run.
And of course, Sabrina Dockery got well, surged to the front, looking quite easily. Edwin Alex Armstrong tries to go with her for company as the line draws close.
This run surprised even me. It was extremely impressive, but not to be outdone, her arch enemy, rival and friend Theianna-Lee Terrelonge delivered a blistering 11.27, running in heat number 1 to say, "Medea, no, me still Medea." Theianna-Lee Terrelonge made that run look like a walk in the park. So the stage was set between these two super talents. But then there was another person in the mix that, honestly, when I saw her listed in the 100 meters, I was definitely intrigued. The very, very talented Shanoya Douglas of Mushet, who has just been dropping surprises and pleasant bombs for the beginning of the 2024 season. This 400 meter star, who became a 200 meter champion at the ISA Boys and Girls Champs, entered the 100 meters and delivered one of the best heat runs I have ever seen. She looked quite comfortable. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the footage for that particular run, and I do not have the footage for the semifinals. But let's put it this way, the stage was set between these three young ladies. Unfortunately, Aaliyah Baker did not look as if she was her usual self. Aaliyah Baker of Hydel High School, if you remembered, swept the ISA Boys and Girls Champs 2024, winning the 100, 200 meters, and was a massive factor in their 4x1 win. In the finals, Theianna-Lee Terrelonge set a massive new personal best of 11.13 with, 11.13, yes, you heard me right, with Shanoya Douglas of Mushet High School taking second, clipping Sabrina Dockery on the line with her 400 meter and 200 meter strength, running a very impressive 11.28. Sabrina Dockery took third in a time of 11.29 seconds. Theianna-Lee Terrelonge finally had revenge on her friend, and she reigned supreme. Brianna Campbell of St. Jago High School also impressed with her 11.60 fourth place run.
Internal combustion, explosive start. Theianna-Lee Terrelonge up the races. Sabrina goes in chase. But ladies and gentlemen, Theianna-Lee Terrelonge is solid. 11:08.
Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. If there's one thing I can tell many of you listening to this video, into this podcast, to this analysis, is that Jamaica is okay. We have a generation of young female sprinters coming up who are just absolutely incredible. Shanoya Douglas is a massive find. But let's talk first about this young lady, the remarkable, this just Lakovia's incredible Sabrina Dockery. Sabrina Dockery is an immensely talented athlete who I believe miscalculated in this instance. I believe in the heat she ran way too fast. That 11.21 I believe was a new personal best by her. In the flash time I'd say 11.18, rounded up to 11.21. She just went too hard. And I also think for some reason that I can't understand, in the semifinals, I'm sorry I didn't have that video, she did the same thing. It was a massive miscalculation. She just ran way too hard in the semifinals. And remember, there was like a 1 to 1.5 hour turnaround time for them to come back from the semifinals to run the finals. I believe this massively impacted her. She simply miscalculated. Now, I don't know what her coach and her discussed, but she's a massive talent. 11.21 as a PB is a great thing. This young lady has one of the best starts I have ever seen from a high schooler. She's immensely talented and must never be taken for granted. She is a huge find. She simply miscalculated in this instance. Now, this young lady, Shanoya Douglas, what can I say? This 17-year-old is a freak of nature in a most positive way. The command and the power she exhibits is incredible. Her 400-meter prowess are renowned at this point if you know anything about Jamaican track and field. As a high schooler, her talent in the 400 meters is scary. 200 meters last year, I believe she surprised many when she came and won. Of course, she didn't get to tackle Sabrina Dockery, not last year, this year at the Easter Boys and Girls Champs. But she's an incredible talent, incredible. Now, honestly speaking, I did not anticipate her running this well in the 100 meters. The only thing they have to work on with this young lady is her start. She came back in the last 40 meters of that race to clip second. And if I were Theianna-Lee Terrelonge, the coaching staff and Sabrina Dockery, I'd tell them, look out for this young lady. The only challenge that this young lady, meaning Shanoya Douglas, has at this point is the obvious one, her start. She has the strength. She almost reminds me of the way that Sharika Jackson used to run initially in 100 meters. Remember Sharika Jackson, she still doesn't have the best start, but it's massively improved. That's the problem with Shanoya Douglas. She came on strong. We have seen her do this in the 200 meters, the 400 meters. She has the strength of a 400 meter runner, and she has the flat speed of a 100 meter sprinter. She's tremendously dangerous, and I really don't think anyone should even attempt to underestimate this young lady. If she continues to evolve at this level and in the manner in which she is, she's going to be really a positive contribution to the Jamaican system in terms of track and field. Now, Theianna-Lee Terrelonge, remarkable young lady who has definitely matured. I remember at the end of her loss to Sabrina, to her loss in the, what was it? I think it was last year. I remember one year she lost. She was very upset and she cried. I tell you, as a parent, that one took me. But I've seen the maturity. When she lost to Sabrina Dockery at the Carifta Games, she was beyond gracious. And it was evident to me that both these young ladies have developed a very strong bond. I purposefully showed you the end of that race at the Carifta Games, finals in the under 19 or under 20, 200, 100 meters when they embraced, and it was genuine. This young lady is remarkable. Now, where you see the maturity more than anywhere else is how she managed her rounds in this instance. It was very smart. That 11.27 that I saw her run in the heats terrified me. This young lady's sprint prowess is unimaginable. I mean, unimaginably talented. But what was most impressive is how she managed the rounds, and that's why she was able, secondarily, she got one of the best starts I've ever seen her get. Unstoppable force. Once she's out, it's almost impossible to catch her. I think we should be very happy. But what is most impressive to me, young Theianna-Lee Terrelonge, if you ever get the opportunity of listening to this, is how you have grown and matured. You have become a gracious young lady. And the way you manage the rounds, I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed. You are going to have a great sprint career. Now, I also want to quickly mention Brianna Campbell, another remarkable talent. I believe she's from St. Jago High. Wow. Jamaica is very fortunate. These 4 young ladies, we should be careful in a good way. We should look out for them. Brilliant run by Theianna-Lee Terrelonge. She gets the revenge on her friend, Sabrina DOCKERY. Shanoya Douglas. Wow, what a find. These 4 young ladies are incredible. Aliyah Baker of Hydale something was off. Even in the 200 meters, she just wasn't herself. I still think she's a great talent. But to me, this might have been, for me, one of the top 3 most entertaining races so far in the Jamaican National Championships. Jamaica, what do I always say? In this instance, regarding our young female sprinters, Jamaica, we're good to go. Now don't forget to hit the subscribe button, don't forget to hit the like button. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!